sacrifice, put your all into it, and don't expect nobody to owe you anything. This is what you want, you know what I mean? Put your all into it and pray that you're making the right decision for yourself. And at the end of that decision, you should learn a lot of valuable lessons if you put your all into it, and you take those lessons and turn them into
Man, it's Nick with OTR Views, man. We got Bertell in the building. We in Atlanta. We at Patchwork. What's happening, man?
Man, cooling. God is good, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you boys made it out here safely.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
without
you
all this
tour.
Crazy restrictions that they trying to throw at us right now.
Yeah, man. They trying to throw us under the bus, man.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you, man. What you got going on?
Man, this new single, Privacy, is the main thing I got going on right now musically. Outside of my other businesses, I'm working the single, Privacy.
And before you go into the other thing, I want to say congratulations on that, by the way, because I was just watching a random video and then your video popped up next.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like as like the ad.
Oh yeah, we're running ads. Yeah, we
so
doing nationwide ads right now.
Yeah, so I'm like, you really taking care of your business.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, appreciate it. Actually, we got a show coming up Memorial Day weekend. We're doing an all-white party. I'm bringing my band out. Okay. Yeah, I done picked up the guitar, so that's my new thing, performing with the guitar. Okay. So we doing that out here in Atlanta. Then we're gonna kick it into more of a tour phase and hit Houston. Okay. I just spoke to somebody in Houston. We're gonna do a date in Houston, Jackson, Mississippi, Columbus, Georgia. Supposed to go try to get to Virginia and move it around. You know what I'm saying? Try to get some things going with that. Of course, I've been doing music since 2004. 2005, so that's one of those things that I'm probably gonna do all my life, just off the love, off the strength of what I'm doing, me doing what I love. Right. But yeah, that's been the main thing. And then real estate, man. You know what I mean? My real estate business is booming right now. Carter House Properties, doing good. Wholesaling properties, flipping properties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the investment real estate?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I've been really doing that. But other than that, it's just the music and the real estate, residual income. Okay. That's what we focusing on, residual income.
Right. Okay. So I did a little research on you, man. You got some legends. You got some songs with some legends.
Oh yeah.
You didn't did your thing. Yeah. What has been like the craziest thing for you, like pursuing your music career, right? Like
craziest thing. When you say craziest, what you mean by craziest?
Like just to like. What's
craziest experience?
Yeah, like the craziest experience, like since you've been pursuing your career. That you can remember.
Yeah, cause it's been a few.
Yeah, I would say.
It's been a few. The craziest experience. Well, I'll just say one of the craziest experiences I had was I used to play basketball with R. Kelly a lot. Like for about 4 or 5 years, we used to every time he came in town, we used to hoop and all that. And probably the craziest experience I had was one time I was hooping with him, and usually he always either pick me up or I play against him, but we always be cool. Like that's the homie, it's like big bro. Right. And this one time we get to talking shit to each other away from the court, away from the game, and he gets to talking. And I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna beat me, like, cause he had beat me on his birthday. He's like, I was like, you ain't gonna beat me no more. And we got to hooping and. One thing led to another, we got to boxing. Well, it wasn't boxing, we just was wrestling. But it almost turned into a boxing match twice, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's a wild dude, man. When it comes to basketball, he don't like to lose. We were supposed to go to 12, the game ended up going to 35. Right. Yeah, so yeah, I got to wrestle with R. Kelly. That's probably one of the craziest things that happened. Then after that, he was back cool. Right. Like, hold on, nigga, we was just about to kill each other. He's like, hey, young fella. Hey, young fella, you know, don't worry about that. We good now. We good. What?
With the soft talk after? Wow.
What? Nigga, we ain't good. I don't even look at you the same no more, dog. He had his people out there playing football. They was setting screens like they was tackling us and shit. I was like, man, hold on. And we still won. I hit the last 3 points because he kept calling, what's that they used to call? I actually ain't called this since we was kids, deuces. So every time the game was close, he'll be like, deuce. Like, deuce? Nigga, who played deuce? We don't play deuce no more. So if the game was like 13-13, he's like, you got to win by 2. Or something like that. I forgot what the rule was. So that's how we ended up going to 35. And I just was like, man, I'm tired. Like, we had 35 points. I just went on a rampage. Like, it's game over, dog.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So how do you feel about what's going on with R. Kelly right now?
Man, you know what? I feel two ways about it. You know what I mean? On one side of it, I feel like it's a lot of judgment being passed at this man on things that was allowed.
Right.
You know what I mean? In this world, like, not just something that he's taking advantage of or doing, but a lot of these things were allowed back in the days. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this was allowed. Like, if you watch movies like Color Purple, like, he married a 14-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things were allowed. That don't make it right today.
Right.
So it's more one of them things where I'm in the middle. It's like, okay, you're an old school cat. Like, you way older than me, so you probably experienced some things I ain't experienced or see.
Right.
Which I have to respect that. But then on the other hand, you have to take accountability on what you're doing and realize sooner or later you got to know right from wrong. You know what I mean? Because right from wrong change over time. You know what I mean? So you got to adjust with the times. And right now, in this time, it's wrong. You know what I mean? So I can't go against those women that feel the way they feel.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, well, shit. Some people was raised a certain type of way.
Right.
I hate to say it. It's almost like think about somebody who was raised during the segregation time that's white.
Right.
And then them experiencing life this now.
Right.
Like, it got to be fucking crazy for them. Like, they probably was out there KKK and it was all cool then, and now it's like, I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So he got to take it upon himself to see, like, the world change, so you got to change. You know?
Right. I definitely agree. That's something that I've been saying from the jump. I feel like first of all, I feel like this has been known for years.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's known this. He's in the court, all that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been known. It's been put out there. So it's like, why? Same thing with, I mean, I don't really know the Bill Cosby situation into depth, but I feel like it's the same thing. It's like, why are we digging up stuff from 20 and 30 years ago to
people
throw people in jail behind it?
Accountability is a big word right now, man. That's a big word. Like, even with Bill, you know what I mean? Accountability is big. And you know what's even more crazy about the R. Kelly situation, too, is that a lot of these people bring their daughters to him.
Right.
And they bring these girls to him, and it's like, what are you doing?
Right,
like, y'all setting this, like, it's like almost like a setup. Right. I can't say for sure that's what it is, but it's like, okay, if you know this person steals, why would you leave your wallet sitting on the counter and run to the store? Like, you know what I'm saying? They might go through it and take some money.
Right. Right. And I think people was just too much into the stardom of things because of who he is. But it's like, at the same time, he's still a human being. So it's like, if you have your 12 and 13-year-old daughter, I'm not going to leave my 12 and 13-year-old daughter around no 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man. It's like, for what?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense. It's still a woman. It's still a man. So it's
and he's still going to do what he's going to do and I really feel like what he really experiencing is that he ain't as powerful as he thought he was. And sometimes God got to humble us. You know what I'm saying? No matter who we are, God sometimes have to humble his children to say, hey, you can't do whatever you want to do because of this. We're all equal. You know what I mean? From the bottom to the top, it don't matter. We're all equal. Just like Corona is the biggest proof of that. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much money you got, you could die from the virus. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. So we all equal. And then I just really feel like a lot of what's been going on over the last probably 4 to 5 years been God kind of testing us with that. Like, hey, no matter who you are, you can be brought down. You can be brought down. It's nobody too high, nobody too big, nobody too little. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So I know you've been doing music for a while now, man. Is there any artist that you feel like you still want to get some music done with, and that you pursue in this time?
Man, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's like a particular artist that I just feel like I want to work with. I'm open to work with whoever open to work.
Right.
I think I done got more into the phase since I started learning how to play the guitar that I really want to just explore how far I could go with my craft. Just myself, like how much better can I make myself? How much deeper can I get into the music? But of course, they're all the same artists that anybody, like a Beyonce, of course, I would want to work with a Beyonce, a duet, you know what I'm saying, or a record that I could write for her or anything like that, because, you know what I mean, I'm from Houston, That's Beyonce, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want to work with somebody like B or J. I'm pretty much work with a lot of the artists I want to work with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much. It's not really many people I haven't worked with outside of the new artists like HER. I would like to work with her. She dope. A lot of these new ladies, they pretty good. Rappers, I would say, like, you know, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. I like Lil Baby. I don't know if it's Da Baby or Lil Baby. The one from Atlanta though.
Lil Baby.
That's Lil Baby. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling him, dog. Like his records is really like, you know what I'm saying? I remember out the gate, I wasn't really into what was going on, and then I started really listening to his bars, and I was just like, little homie, he versatile. He could talk about this subject. He could talk about the clubs. He could talk about the streets. He could talk about politics, and him being versatile like that really made me say, I want to do a record with him. But yeah, that's about it right now that I could just ramble off the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So what made you relocate, man? What made you go from Houston to Atlanta?
Man, the music industry. It was here in Atlanta. It was more here than at the crib. Like, I love Houston. I wish I actually recently moved back home to try to see if I could stay, but the scene is so small when it comes to R&B music. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as big as it is. But really, right now, it's big because of the internet. So right now, you could blow up in Houston just strictly off the internet. But back at the time when I was in the game, when I was pushing back in 2004, 2005, 2006, you had to go to New York or LA or Atlanta. And then I ended up working with B. Cox. So that's actually who brought me out here. Him and Don Bowie in the beginning. Don Bowie is actually who owns Taste Bar in Houston. But they was doing my management. They brought me. They was like, yo, you need to come to Atlanta. That way you could start rubbing elbows and working and developing yourself a little better. And that's what I did, really. That's when I started getting the crazy amount of features. You know what I'm saying? I shared T-Pain, Bow Wow, Bobby V, Twista. I did Bun B, actually. Worked with Bun B before I came. Right before I moved here, actually. But Bun B. I work with a lot of people, man. R. Kelly even cut one of my records, man.
I'm about to say, you balling with him, you gotta put him on something.
Yeah, he jumped on one of my records over at Divine's Critters record I got. She called She Love Me. One of his man Slick told me that they felt like he was trying to take the record from me though. Oh yeah, shit. I work with Young Jock. Shit, I don't work with a few people, man. I'm Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah, Atlanta just gave me more opportunity than Houston was giving me at the time. But with this social media world and the internet having everything so connected, really you could do it from the crib. But now I just became so adjusted out here that it's like my home base now. You know what I mean? This is where I've been.
This is Black Hollywood. That's what I call it. Black Hollywood.
Bro, I've been here since '08. And when I originally came to Atlanta, I was only supposed to be here for 2 weeks.
Oh wow!
I was coming out here to work on one record, and it took us so long to get in the studio with Brian because at the time he was working on so many different projects, Usher, Mariah, and all this type of stuff. That he's like, just stay. And then it ended up being like, shit, I'm just staying. I ain't going nowhere. And I ended up getting my first record deal a year after that with Capitol Records. Yeah.
That's dope. So with this new single, what do you plan on taking from here? Do you plan on coming with a project after? Or? Actually, this new single is off a project that I got out right now called Sun Up, Sun Down. So I released a project right before coronavirus. February 14th, Valentine's Day 2020. And then the pandemic hit, so we couldn't promote it the way we wanted to promote it because it's more of a touring project because I'm playing the guitar over the whole album. So we really just picked back up and started pushing that video that you saw. I shot like 4 videos total, and we about to shoot another 2 or 3. And I'm going to continue to push that project because people really like it, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting some good notoriety off of it, so I'm going to push that. So my plan now is more so I got my own label, you know what I'm saying, distribution, just to focus on touring. Like, every project I do from now on is going to be more toward trying to go on tour with it, sell merch, chill with the fans. Because me having a real estate company and doing that,
it kind of puts me in the phase where I have to juggle two companies. You know what I'm saying? So if I could tour at a certain period, that means I could take a break from one side. Then when I'm done with that break, I come back and focus on the company, work in the studio on a new album, hit the road again. You know what I'm saying? It's like creating my own little cycle of being able to multitask, which ain't really good all the time, but yeah.
Okay. So I know you've been doing music for a while, but like, is it hard for you to like add the guitar into recording?
Yes, it was very hard, bro, because I picked up the guitar just off humbug, you know what I'm saying? So I had to really learn. First I had to learn how to play it. Then I had to learn how to apply it to my songwriting and my ability musically. And then I had to learn how to perform with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you, I'm just now doing my first performance this Memorial Day weekend out here in Atlanta. We're doing all white brunch. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be sexy. But this is gonna be my first time actually getting out there with my band. We've been rehearsing for like 2 years though. Oh wow. But it's like it's been a process. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like starting my whole artist career over to do something that I always wanted to do. Because actually before I moved to Atlanta, I started playing the guitar. But then when they told me to come out here, I put it down because I was like, well, I ain't nowhere on this yet, so let me go do what I know how to do. Establish myself and then come back and do it. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much that's really how it happened too.
It's basically like a new chapter then.
Yeah, new chapter. New chapter showing growth, elevation, determination, the willingness to push yourself to go further. You know what I'm saying? To become better. And I feel like that's what we should all be doing in life anyway. Every year you should push yourself to try to elevate yourself. I don't care if it's just picking up one book. Pick up one book, man. You ain't got to read 10 books a year, 12 books a year. Read one book in a whole year. People don't understand how that type of self-discipline will make you that much better further on and further along in life, just by being able to say, okay, I'm going to read one book this year. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to read 2 books this year. Or I'm going to get in the gym and I'm going to make sure I lose and maintain that loss of weight. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? When you start doing things like that and applying that type of thinking to yourself, you are building yourself. You're building your own self-wealth and worth, and that's gonna translate in your business and in everything else you do. You know what I'm saying? Your conversations and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything, like, any advice that you can give to an upcoming artist that's kind of trying to go in the same pathway as the road that you went down?
Put your all into it. If I was to give anybody some advice, put your all into it and don't expect nobody to owe you anything. This is what you want. You know what I mean? Put your all into it and pray that you're making the right decision for yourself. And at the end of that decision, you should learn a lot of valuable lessons if you put your all into it, and you take those lessons and turn them into build bricks and build your house. You know what I'm saying? Build your life, build yourself up. Because the things that I learned in music is actually what helped me translate into the real estate. Like, I used to book myself, so understanding contracts. I used to book other artists as a side hustle when I was doing music, like Bobby V and all these different artists. I used to book them. Like, if I go do a party at some venue and I get cool with the promoter, I'll be like, oh, you know, I can get you such and such there, come down and do a show. Oh, for real? How much you think they're going to charge me? I just put the play together, boom. You know what I'm saying? And me doing that, negotiating those type of skills, when I got out back into the world and tried to figure out how to make money other types of ways, I was able to use those type of skills. You know what I'm saying? Even my willingness to learn how to play an instrument and think that type of way. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like, okay, if I can learn how to play an instrument, I can learn how to do real estate, or I can learn how to build a house, or I can learn how to do anything, because I know I could sit myself down and teach myself what I need to do to move forward and whatever. I might not be the best at it or the greatest, but you being able to do that for yourself are things that's gonna make you more valuable. So I'll tell any artist out there, give it your all, because there's so many other valuable tools that you're gonna get out of pushing yourself musically that you could use in other places opposed to just music. You know what I'm saying? So give it your all. Once you love something and you really give it your all, it's gonna come back in different ways. It might not come back how you want it, but it's gonna come back in ways that you probably can't even explain. Yeah.
Okay. So now, like, I know it's a lot different from when you first came out. Like, do you feel like it's a little bit easier now that, like, because when you first came out and you were doing music, streaming wasn't like the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now that streaming is like the most thing that people do now, people barely even pick up a CD if they even still buy
Exactly.
CDs.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's easier now?
You know what, man? That's a catch-22 question, because it is easier, but it ain't, because it's more competition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's easier because it takes less money, but it's not easy because people now, like back in the day, we used to live with a CD.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what made these artists so big. We live with the music. Like, I remember playing certain albums, Jodeci and different people, Mary J. Blige. You play these albums over and over and over and over, and now we just stream music. So we'll hear a song we like, but we don't live with it. We hear it a couple times, and it's like, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, it's better, but it ain't really better. It's like, okay, so it's better because more artists get to be free.
Right.
But it's not better because the value of everything that went down. The value of like studio time and all those things. Because everybody got a home studio, so you ain't got to go to studios no more like that.
Right.
People shoot their videos on iPhones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's better, but it's like the quality probably was. It's more quantity than quality right now. You know what I'm saying? So I really do appreciate the era I came up in, because it was about quality. Right now it's just quantity. Like, put out a mixtape, put out a mixtape, put out a mixtape, put out a video, put out a video. And it's like, damn, but it ain't like, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that no more. It's just like, okay, dope. What's next?
That kind of separates you from a lot. Separates you from a lot. Especially when I was watching your videos, I was like, I could tell that you have a sense of direction when it comes to quality. Versus just putting something together and I'm pulling up with my camera and we finna shoot a video.
Nah, I'm trying to make sure we write out what we doing. Like, have at least an idea in the playing field. Like, okay, this is what we aiming for. Let's just work with that and make it as dope as possible. Catch the best shots, and this is the venue, this is a location. Like, my first video I did was in 2005, and we had John Mark Sandifer, who's the producer of 106 in Park. He came to Houston and shot the video in McGregor Park. So me going through that process early on, seeing how people really like sit down and really think the video out, and then you got the crane out there and the big cameras and all that. Like, seeing that and experiencing that, when I come back to do my own stuff, it's like, all right, I'm going to do as best as I can to get to what I know the quality should be. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to just me just sitting in the studio singing. And I'm not mad at nobody who do that. I'm just saying, me, I'm going to do it to the ability of what I feel like it should be. Yeah. Okay.
We definitely pulling up to the show when you come to Houston.
Come on, man. Come on.
Like I said, congratulations on your success. Continue to grow, bro.
Yeah.
Make sure you tell us where to find you on social media and where we can find your news.
At Bertell Forever, BERTELL, the number 4 EVER. That's everything social media, and that's my website, bertellforever.com. So, yeah, simple. Kept it real simple. Yeah, marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you typing in with us, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.